not for the senior center at Ward Park. I feel like the park is being taken away from the kids. They have nowhere to practice as it is. As you can see here, we have 7 teams that play here on this field, and there's no room for them to play. My daughter's a cheerleader. She has nowhere to cheer. They had to move the kids inside earlier rather than later because there is nowhere for them to practice. I feel that if the senior center is put there and the field is supposed to be finished for our kids later on down the line, if there's money, if money is gone, is the field going to be finished for the kids? Again, I'm not for the senior center. Please don't take it away from the kids. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm a Marlboro resident here. My boys play football, and I am for the senior center, but I am not for the senior center at Ward Park. There are many locations here in Marlboro. There are plenty of vacant buildings. Marlboro is a growing city, and it has a lot of old buildings left around that can be restructured and to fit the seniors more. And with new families coming in, they want to have nice parks for their kids to play at. And by taking Ward Park, you're taking away an inner city park from these children. And the kids need a place to play. I mean, there's all this talk about childhood obesity, but yet nobody thinks twice about taking things from them. Taking away parkland is taking away exercise. Now, we are down here at Ward Park, and the mayor has been pretty good about setting up the football people with things this year because he wants the senior center. However, we are running off generator lights. There is no running water. We have porta potties. We have no concession stand where the youth football team would make money, so they are not making money while we are down here because it's too much of an inconvenience lugging coolers. And it's difficult because it's all hill around the field. Over at Ward Park, they have the blockhouse, they have bathrooms, they have running water. There's the track, which does need to be, Ward Park does need upgrades, but the senior center is not the upgrade it needs. What it needs, the senior center there will just cause havoc with parking, because as it is, there's not enough parking at Ward Park. When we do have sports, and with the senior center there are going to be activities at nighttime. I cannot imagine there not being activities at night. There's going to be bingo or whatever type of activities going on, and there will be no room for the youth football team parents or other sports that are going on down there to have room for parking because the seniors will be there, and it's just going to be chaos, and everyone's just going to get mad at each other, and it's not going to be pretty. We want a nice atmosphere in the city of Marlboro. We want people to get along. We want everyone happy. We want the seniors to have a nice senior center, and they should have one. Just please not at Ward Park. I mean, it's parkland. It was donated to youth development back in the early 1900s, I believe, and who has the right to take that away from the kids? It's law. It's written in the law books that it's protected land, and to take that away from our children is not fair. And we really need to find another home for the senior center so the seniors can be happy, and Ward Park needs upgrades because the field is tired and the city's neglected it. They have done a little bit of work, but it still needs some work, and the senior center is not the work it needs. So please don't approve the senior center at Ward Park. Find another home for it where everybody will be happy, and let's keep Ward Park to our kids. Thank you.
Many people have been asking how they can help in our effort to keep municipal buildings out of our public parks in violation of Article 97 law and our own open space documents. We're still accepting signatures to our online petition at SaveWardPark.com. You don't need to sign the petition, but you can visit the site and learn a lot of useful information on the subject, and you'll see we have close to 700 signatures. We are accepting contributions to the Ward Park Defense Fund at GoFundMe.com/SaveWardPark. In addition, further information can be found on our Facebook page, Facebook.com/SaveWardPark. We invite you to become friends.
My name is James Langelia Jr. I've been in Marlboro all my life. My parents were brought up in Marlboro. They've been in French Hill forever. This park has been given to the kids to use, and since we've stopped using this park, we've had vandalism on the building. The kids can't go down there anymore, and I just don't think it's right. The park has been for the kids forever. I don't understand why they can't find another building in Marlboro. Like the last lady said, there's plenty of places in Marlboro. There's all kinds of abandoned buildings in Marlboro, and that's what I got to say. Thank you.
I have 3 children who play youth sports. Actually, I have one at the high school. My oldest daughter is 17. She's been playing for AYS since she was 6 years old. I am not against a senior center. I have an 80-year-old father and a 75-year-old mother, and I am 100% for it, not at Ward Park. I am a firm believer that these children are being displaced very greatly. I have to say that watching, even here now, these small children have nowhere to play. There's no park, there's no nothing. We're sharing a very small field with a lot of players. I have a 6-year-old who cheers and is now indoors because there's not enough room out here for her to cheer. And I think it's sad that, we're trying to implement all these different programs to keep our children off the street, to keep our crime rate down, to keep them in a positive light, and as time is going on, we're taking more and more and more and more away from these children, and yet we are looking for them to become these unbelievable citizens. Unfortunately, by taking away these youth programs, it's not happening. Even here, people don't want to deal with all of this, having to deal with all of this. We have a very small amount of parents who are willing to deal with all of this. Therefore, if we keep taking away, we are going to do away with our youth programs, and once you hit a high school level, we will not have children playing sports because they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to have an interest in doing it because we're running out of places in order to implement these programs. So I firmly believe that, at this point, yes, I definitely agree that there should be a senior center put somewhere. This is a huge city. I was born and raised in Hudson, but I've lived in Marlboro for the past 15 years. It's a beautiful city with plenty of places to put a senior center. I just don't believe that Ward Park is the place for it.